Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Bridge Kids. We are starting with our parent versus child challenge. Rick is taking on Ellie in a game of Pie Face, so it's gonna get messy. Let's see who wins.
Good morning, Bridge Kids. Welcome to the Kids v Parent Challenge. Today we are going to play Pie Face Roulette. That will be, we will take it in turns to click the Pie Face wheel, and from there we can click it once, twice or 3 times. The loser is the person who gets pied in the face 3 times overall, so we'll do the best of 5. So we'll do a quick demonstration on how it's going to work. So Ellie's going to put her face in and she can click it once and pass it on, or twice, and then it'll come to me and I can go once or twice or 3 times and we'll pass it back. So it's to us once, twice or 3 times. So we'll reset and then we will begin. Now I really don't like squirty cream.
So we know who wants to get pied in the face.
And to begin, we will play rock, paper, scissors for who goes first. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Do you want to go first, Tommy? Because you won.
You.
Okay, so here goes. You are joking. First time.
Hey, have you been messing with it?
I'm not, Dad just put it like that.
So that's the first time through. 1-0 to Ellie. What a rip-off. What an absolute joke. Okay, so I went first last time, so Ellie, over to you. So Ellie went twice. No, I'm not going for it. Pass it on. Go on, Ellie. Oh, you're joking. That's fine. That's ridiculous. 2-0 to Ellie.
Right,
Don't gamble, kids. I gambled then. Ellie's
Gonna get Ellie
turn.
this time, do you think, Kira?
Please. Do it more than once.
Get that
now,
chin in,
go on.
Ellie.
Alright.
Chin forward.
Oh, you are joking!
Yes!
I said you do it 3 times.
I can't believe
It's gonna go.
Come off it.
Close your eyes.
Ellie just don't want to wash her face.
Get in. Get in. So that's 2-1 to Ellie, to the kids.
Yeah.
My goal. So, there you have it, kids. Kids win today because it was 3-1. I think Pie Face is fixed. It's a joke. Thank you very much. Good luck to whichever parent takes on this. Try and play Pie Face at home with your kids and get beat by them as well. See you later. Bye.
Well done to Ellie there, winning it for the children. That makes the score 7 to the children, 6 to the parents. The children taking the lead one more time. Now, next week is our final parent versus child challenge. So it is either going to be a draw and we'll need a tiebreaker, or the children are going to take it and win overall. We're going to have some worship now, so get up on your feet, get dancing, and let's praise God.
The Lord is my strength and my shield, and I So many things, they fight for my attention. So I shift my gaze in your direction. Yeah, I look to you, God. Oh, even when the clouds are rolling in. Yeah, I live for you, God. Oh, even when my world is caving in. I choose you. I choose you. No matter when and over again, I choose you. Hey, hey. And every day I'm faced with these decisions. But overall, I choose to follow Jesus. Yeah, I look to you, God. Oh, even when the clouds are rolling in. Yeah, I live for you, God. Even when my world is caving in. I choose you. I choose you. Yeah. No matter when and over again, I choose you. Oh, I do, yeah. I choose to praise you and I choose to sing with all my heart, with everything. You're the everlasting God and King. You are the way, you are the way. I choose to praise you and I choose to sing with all my heart, with everything. You're the everlasting God and King. You are the way, you are the way. I choose you, Jesus. I choose you. Whoa. No matter when and over again, I choose you. Yes, I do, Jesus. I choose you, always. I choose you, yeah. I choose you. I choose you, Jesus. I choose you.
Good morning, Bridge Kids. My name is Ben, and I've got the absolute privilege this morning of getting to tell you one of my favourite Bible stories. And this one is from the Old Testament, from a book called Joshua, and it is all about the walls of Jericho. So let's dive straight in. Joshua was the leader of God's people. It was time for them to go into the promised land. God was going with them to help them. "Tomorrow we cross the river Jordan," said Joshua. The river Jordan was deep and wide, but Joshua trusted God with all of his heart. The people had come to the end of a long, long journey, and they still had to cross the deep, wide river, but they knew God would help them. The men who carried the ark went first. They stepped into the river, and as soon as they did, the water stopped flowing. They stood in the middle of the deep, wide river, which was then quite dried up. All the people went across safely, and they knew that God was with them. They trusted God, and they were not afraid. The big wooden gates of the city of Jericho were shut tight. So these gates would have been huge, and the walls around the city would have been huge as well. They would have been like 17 feet high, which is like Well, that's 3 of me, almost 3 of me. So you can't climb them, you can't jump over them, because they are so massive. How are they going to get into this city to take over? Outside, the soldiers of Israel marched around the walls, one time around the walls. They didn't talk, they didn't shout, but the men at the front blew trumpets very loud. Every day for 6 days, the soldiers marched around the walls, one time around the walls. They didn't shout, they didn't talk, but the men at the front of the army blew their trumpets very loud, every day for 6 days. Then the 7th day came. The soldiers marched around the walls, and they marched around the walls, and they marched around the walls 7 times around these walls. After they'd marched around the walls 7 times, the men at the front blew their trumpets, and all of the soldiers shouted as loud as they could. The walls of Jericho began to shake. The walls began to crack, and they began to crumble, and they fell down with a big, massive crash. God had given them the city just as he had promised. So this is one of my absolute favourite stories, because it shows that when you trust God with all of your heart, like Joshua and the people of Israel did, that he can make the impossible possible. And we don't just see it once in this story, we see it twice. We see it once when he dries up the River Jordan so that they can safely get across. And we see it again when he brings down the walls of Jericho just by the army shouting and blowing on trumpets. Can you imagine if you shouted really, really, really loudly? Could you imagine your house falling down? And you would say no, because it is impossible. But like I said before, God will make the impossible possible. So my challenge to you guys for this week and forever, really, is just to never ever think that something's impossible. Because if you trust God with all your heart, like Joshua and like the people of Israel did, then he will make the impossible possible. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great week.